Chiefs came in all the way down at 25th overall. This is surprising to me. Shannon, are you surprised how low they are?
Kinda, but not really, Skip. As I mentioned, alluded to a little earlier, Skip, I thought the 18 team was more dominant. Now, if you look at the 19, Skip, Pat Mahomes missed 2 games. He missed all but about 3/4 of 1 game against the Broncos. They were behind 6 games, and the article mentions the reason why it hurt some of their dominant, Skip, is that they were behind in 6 games. They ended up winning 5 of those games. They lost to one started by Matt Moore. But, Skip, if you go back to the 18 season, Skip, they had the 3rd highest scoring average since the merger behind the 13 Broncos. We know what Peyton Manning did, over 600 points, had 5 receivers with double-digit touchdowns. Manning broke the record, 55 touchdowns, over 5,400 yards. And the 07 Pats, we know what they represented, Skip, because if I'm not mistaken, the article said that Pats team was more dominant than all the other Super Bowl winning teams. So it didn't necessarily mean you had to win a Super Bowl to be dominant or to be on this list, Skip. So I think the 18 team definitely should be higher, but the 19 I can see, Skip, because when you look at it, they were 28th in offense, 28 points of game in offense, 19 in defense, which was +9. But the Mahomes season, the 18, Skip, that 5,050. Skip, I don't know, a guy in his second year doing that was all time. So for me, I guess when you look at it, 25 may be right for the 19 team, but I don't even think the 19 team should have made it. I think the 18 team should have been on this list over the 19 team.
Wait, the team that lost to Tom Brady at home in the AFC Championship game should have been on this list? The team that gave up 3 straight 3rd and 10 conversions to Tom Brady in overtime, that team should have been on this list?
So let me ask you a question. How does the Patriots make the list, the 07 team that lost to a 9-7 team that was a wild card? How they make it? You lost to Eli Manning?
Because...
hold on. Tom, bro, what do they do because? What you mean because?
It's the formula, and you know what? We don't have time to go through, but it's a very complex formula. Point differential in the regular season, point differential in the post. All those things go into the formula. And the formula said that the 2019 Chiefs were a little better than the 2018 Chiefs. But the formula also says that the 1969 Chiefs were way better than the 2019 Chiefs. That was the team that went on to win the Super Bowl over the Vikings, who were favored to win, heavily favored to win that Super Bowl. And the Chiefs won it 23-7. But the cutoff for this list was 1970. Merger going forward.
Correct.
Obviously, that was AFL time. Okay? So again, the 69 Chiefs were disqualified from being on a list that the formula said they might have been a top 15 team on this list, while 2019 Chiefs are all the way down at 25. And what perplexes me about any of this, no matter whether the semantics are 18 or 19, all I know is the Hall of Famer keeps telling me, my homeboy is it. We've never seen anything like my homeboy. And he's the most transcendent thrower of the football who ever came down the pike. And I'm saying, really? Well, last year, Pro Football Focus ranked Mahomes' season, 14 games out of 16. He ranked 6th in the league. Not bad, but not transcendent. And that Chiefs defense last year was ranked by Pro Football Focus 25th best in the league. Not really very good. And then I love this line from the capsule about the 2019 Chiefs ranking 25th. It said, the 2019 Chiefs were an impressive 5-1 in games they trailed by at least 10 points. Of course, the most dominant teams generally shouldn't be trailing by double digits in roughly 1/3 of the games on their schedule. True, they shouldn't be, but they were. And in the playoffs, they fell behind the visiting Houston Texans 24-0, that should have been 28-0 if Bill O'Brien hadn't taken the little chip shot field goal on 4th and 1 at the 13 when he had the Chiefs on the ropes. They roared back. They won that game because they were clearly a better team than the Houston Texans. But then the Tennessee Titans go right in there to Arrowhead, and they jump up 17-7, and you're thinking, God, the Chiefs don't really look that good. Well, they're not. And they were very lucky to win the Super Bowl because, let me finish, because in the Super Bowl, they trailed by 10 going to the fourth quarter, in part because Mahomes had just thrown a big pick late in the third quarter, and he starts off the fourth quarter with another third down interception. And then on 3rd and 15 from his 35 with 7:13 to go, he lucks into throwing a punt for 44 yards with a rusher in his face. He just sort of no look flings it off to